Hello and welcome back to KNF Design. If you're new here, my name is Katie and I try to bring a wide variety of different craft projects to you. If you ever have a craft project you would like me to show you how to make or just want to see me try to make it, let me know down below and I'll try my best to bring that to you. If you like today's craft project, make sure to hit those thumbs up. It really does mean a lot to me and it helps bring my crafting videos to more crafters like you. Don't forget to also hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. That way you don't miss out on any of our crafting fun. So with that, let's get crafting. Here are all of our supplies that we're going to need for today's project. Any guesses what we might be making? If you guessed a ghost, you're correct. So we'll have some hot glue here. This is just a hot pad plate for my hot glue gun. And then I thought these fox leather pumpkin they're clips, but we'll just remove the clip at the back. From Dollar Tree would be fun for a little ghost to hoard. Black felt for his eyes. This will hold the shape of our ghost, just give us a basic shape. This also came from Dollar Tree, just a styrofoam. And this is a plastic Christmas ornament. You actually could use one of the pumpkins on top, just something kind of a rounded shape for the head to give it a little bit of shape there. That way he's not a flat cone head and narrow. And this one just, I apparently used it in some craft, so it was pretty kind of beat up anyway. But that's okay because it'll be covered and no one will see it. And then, of course, your white fabric. I'm using, it might be hard on my desk to see it, but this is felt. You could use a towel, white towel, anything you want. I did pick the white cone just because my felt's a little thin and I didn't want it to show through. If you'd pick like a green one, you can kind of see my hand through it. That's how thin it is. And it was a really long sheet. I believe it came from Dollar Tree as well, but just note that it's not like this is your typical square that you would get from anywhere really. It's a lot bigger than your typical. And it was all rolled up, that's why it's wrinkled over there. And I did use it for some projects, so we'll see if that'll be enough to cover everything. And you will also need some scissors to cut your eyes and if you want a mouth for your ghost out. You could also use a cutting machine to do that as well. So the first thing, I got a blue board so it's easier to see all these white items on it. But the first thing we need to do is to attach the head to the cone shape. This is styrofoam, so just be careful. I'm going to apply some hot glue, but just be careful, it will melt the styrofoam a little bit. If you have like maybe another styrofoam ball, you could use a toothpick, slide it through the circular styrofoam and then the other styrofoam and attach it that way. The nice thing about this ghost here, actually before I get too far, last year I did the cheesecloth ghost, which was really cool. I love that guy. Actually, I made two of them. They turned out really cool, but they were super messy. So this time, for those that don't want a messy ghost, and maybe 1 year later, one of the ghosts still looks great. My taller one did get kind of squashed and deflated. So a little bit more glue on him would have helped. But this ghost, since he'll have the structure still holding him up, he will be easier to carry on throughout the years. And it's going to be a lot less messy too, since we're not dipping our hands and stuff into that glue mess. But they were a lot of fun and really cool to make, so I do recommend you watch those. And I'll link that down below. So let's glue his head on first. I'm sorry if you hear my cats in the background. I came in here when they were both sound asleep, and they always seem to sneak in somehow and then find the loudest thing to play with as well. So that would be them. All right, that looks like it's on pretty well. Super easy. We'd then just drape a felt over it. My ghost here, it's kind of doing this weird, we want it more flat, so we'll just kind of shape it a little bit, kind of make it, it's hard to show you that way. So instead of having it straight out, you just kind of push it down a little bit, make sure it covers your bottom there. If it's showing a little bit on any of the sides, or if you want, you can glue it down in different areas just so it lays nicer. It's up to you that way. Just be careful that with hot glue it is hot and the fabric might be a little thin when gluing these little extra pieces down. This is just extra, you don't have to if it lays nicely as is, and if you want to take it apart for future, but I think I'm gonna just mess with it a little bit here. But not too much until I get his hands right too. Alright, that just covers the sides. Now I want him to hold my pumpkin. You could have him hold the pumpkin like that, or up like this. I kind of like it like this. I saw someone kind of maybe at an angle so you see a little bit more of that detail. Saw someone do that. For the clip, I'm just pulling it straight out. Just the tiniest little hole, but I don't think it'll be shown. And then you just kind of want to make it, clump it just a little bit so it looks like he has hands grabbing. And when you get him out each year, you might need to fluff him up just a little bit. Liking how he is looking. Kind of got some good flow going with him, and again, just kind of fluff him out from time to time to help get some of that back. And now I just need to make some eyes for this little guy and he'll be done. Really not too messy. If you used a bigger cloth than I did, then maybe one that wasn't already half used, then you won't have to glue as much, but it still didn't take us too long. All right, let's cut some eyes out. I'm gonna make it, I'm not the best at cutting circles, so I'm gonna make it a little bigger and exaggerated, so that way I can always cut it smaller as I'm fixing up my ends. Actually, I kind of like the really big eyes though. Let me know, is that too big of an eye? I'm kind of liking the really big one. I wasn't expecting to keep it that big, but I think I'm going to keep it kind of close to that actually. I'll just kind of round it out a little. And then, so that they are symmetrical, I'm going to use this same eyeball and just place it on my fabric. I know you probably can't see this too well, but then I'm just going to kind of trace it with my scissors so that way I know how to make it exactly the same. Ooh, so here is a cute little ghost. I like the movement of his fabric, and that's just something, let the fabric speak to you, kind of let it lay, see how it lays. I wasn't expecting to do this big dramatic pull here, but I like it. Every time I move it flat like this so you can see it, it kind of sinks down. So I'll show you a photo so you can see him standing nicely when he's all fluffed well. But these are really fun, quick, easy Halloween decorations that you can make. And you could do them maybe in the whole family, and so you could do like the mom, dad, kids, maybe even do different shapes and try to make a dog or a cat. You could also do, maybe if you're doing a Halloween theme party, you could do some little mini ones for every place setting, and maybe on the pumpkin have the person's name, where they sit, all kinds of things you can do. It's relatively easy and low budget, which is great. So it'd be quick, easy Halloween decorations if you're in a pinch. Plus I just think they're kind of cute. So I hope you enjoyed this fun, easy, quick crafting with me today, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.